Yo, what's up, everybody? My beautiful star being pack of the universe. So, it's a little fucking dark in here. Fucking camera. But anyway, I'm just talking anyway. This is all this is thoughts, right? This is the dark night of the soul right here. Okay? So, first of all, whatever you see, whatever you read, whatever you hear, no matter if I say it, no matter who the fuck says it, don't believe in nothing, right? Nothing. But if it agrees with your heart and your imaginational experience or whatever your experiences through life, just go with it. Go with it, man. So, the other day, I was battling the soul and the ego. I had two, if you look at it as two wolves inside of you battling, right? Good and bad. But, and let's really think about that. Really, it's the wolves, good and bad, are actually higher self and ego. So when you feed ego, that one's going to take over everything, right? But if we feed our higher self and let the ego level and let them release that shit naturally like we're supposed to. Because our higher self wants us for the better, doesn't know what this evil ego, whatever you call it, right? So as we sit and our antennas are up, we receive messages from the higher self right away. And then the ego will come in and say, no, don't do this. Or you can't find it. Or go look on the phone and you're stuck for hours when you should have just listened to the positiveness that came through. It don't matter what's going on in your life, man. If you just gotta learn to block it out because we all have problems, right? We all go through this craziness. So when these thoughts come in, you got to be the observer, right? So, because these thoughts are not our own. Be the observer. When the thought comes in and somebody comes and tries to say blah, 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 step back. Now, what happened to me was I was doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. I was working with herbs. And I had used the one herb out. So I just put it in a pile off to the side. And when I went down there the other day, I seen the pile and I was like, oh wow, I could use that for an offering of some ritual or, offering to Mother Earth or whatever. And then my ego stepped in and said, well, wait a minute, you need to look that up. You need to get on your phone and look that shit up. So right there, I was like, holy shit. And the higher self said, you ain't doing shit, man. You ain't looking shit up. Uh, and you do what you do. There is no right or wrong because you're doing it, and it works for you. This is your story, yours, not nobody else's. So I was like, whoa, all right, freaked out, man. I was like, fuck, man, that's crazy stuff. But anyway, so then I had this whole uh dream with a dragon and the whole things that have been happening to my life add up with this dragon. So like if you're being the observer and these thoughts are not ours, then whose are they, right? They're the collective. We're just when we sit here and talk to ourselves, right? Anywhere, at a table, couch, wherever in your car, you talk to yourself and answer questions, right? So the one who's always positive, this is what you gotta do. This is good. There's something that's good for you. We need to act on that and not listen to this guy over here going, well, you gotta call so and so, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Don't listen to that shit. This this positive stuff coming is trying to get you away from that. And the positive knows what you need. It knows. So that says how this works. So then when you're sitting in talking to yourself, you're answering your questions. Now I'm looking at a camera. It's like I'm looking at you talking to me, answering my fucking questions. Right? What about this? So I'm gonna ask for questions, right? Like you ask your cards or your pendulum or spirit, whatever meditation. You're gonna ask a question, and the answer might not come. That means that it's out there. There's messages all around us, but it comes in a form of a human, right? Or other man-made stuff and whatnot, and nature. So if we run into anything, we just simply drop down and ask what this message is. Now, if somebody comes up to you and says something, whatever, blue, whatever, out the blue, whatever, and it answered your fucking question from yesterday, that is just how they work. That's just how they send it to you. See what I mean? So we have to be careful of how many thoughts we have, because we're trying to we focus on all of them and we lose the main focus on one. So and everything is a reflection of you, of yourself, right? So like I said, if we're talking to myself, answering questions, and just talking to myself and answering, and I go out and do something, say I run into somebody at the store. Now, I go drop down into I am you, you are me, right? We are the world. So we're talking. Basically, I'm talking to myself, listening to a thought being echoed off of another instrument to get the sound and the correct answer that I need. Because we all hear things very differently, we see things very differently. Obviously, we don't remember a lot of different. We remember not the same as everybody. It's fucked up, right? That's who we are. This is how we get our information to get through. Because it's fucking fun and magic. You know what I mean? It's magic. It's fucking there. It's all right in front of you. It's right in front of you. Be the observer. Be the fucking observer. So when you're talking to yourself, just when you go and meet somebody, if somebody runs into you, most likely you're answering one of their questions or he's answering one of your questions. And it's why they do this to us is because we would be bored alone. Right? Like I could sit here all day in the house and be like, I'm fucking bored. So we create these events in our life, people to come into our life, everything here. And we do it unconsciously. But anyway, that's how that works. So I don't give a shit. Ask me any questions about anything. I don't care. Tell me your experience with thoughts and thinking and all this shit, like this video, comment, subscribe, go to my other channel and check out the Light Language Healing all around, universal, everything. Y'all know who you are. I love you. Just be real, be you, be the wolf.